Hello everyone, and welcome to 10-Minute Tasting. My name is Adam Hanover. I'm the store manager at Rose Wharf in downtown Boston, as well as the Area 72 Barista Champion for 2015. Today, I am back at the site of my triumph from last May as a Barista Champion at Harvard Yard in Cambridge. Very excited to be here with my co-host, the store manager at Harvard Yard, John McCusker. John,
hey Adam, thanks for coming in, man. Thanks for having me on the show.
Absolutely.
It's phenomenal. I've been waiting for it, so I'm really stoked about it.
Really excited to be here. For those of you who don't know, this store looks quite a bit different than it did in May when I was last here. It has had a significant remodel since I was last here, and at the end of the show today, we're going to kind of walk you around the line and let you see all the cool stuff that's happened here over the last few months. There's a lot of really great brewing equipment, some really cool toys that they have to play with up here. There's just a great coffee experience up here, and I'm really happy to be here. And I gotta say, John, I'm pretty jealous that you get to be in a store this cool on a daily basis to work at. So partners, if you have not been to the store, hopefully after watching today, you will want to take the trip up here and be a part of one of the partner nights up here. That said, how about we start with a coffee tasting? That's what this is all about in the end. John, why don't you introduce us to the coffee that you chose and why?
So today, Adam, we're doing Ethiopia. One of the reasons I do Ethiopia is because it reminds me of where we're from. Where coffee is from. It's Ethiopia, right? So partners, if you don't know the story, that's where coffee started, in the Rift Valley of Ethiopia. So this always brings me back to where, when I first started my journey with Starbucks 16 years ago, I remember hearing the stories about the goats eating the cherries and getting all psyched up, and that resonates with me. Absolutely. So it's always a fun when I do with a new partner, and with some partners I'm not actually with. It'd be fun to do it with you guys, as well as it's a great coffee.
It is.
It's got some real uniqueness to it, and I'm a big fan of unique coffees. I don't like vanilla, so I like getting a little bit of flavor in my coffee. So we're about to go off. I'm going to plunge this down in 20 seconds.
Great.
But again, thank you partners for joining us, and welcome to Harvard Yard. You have 14 seconds.
Yeah, so in the last 14 seconds before we plunge down the coffee and start tasting, just want to let you know, as always, if you have comments or questions, feel free to chat them right in on the box. I can see all the comments coming straight in front of me from my selfie stick. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments you want to jump in, feel free to jump right in. And we'll be happy to answer them. If you are not watching this live, if you are watching the replay on Periscope, or if you are watching the replay syndicated on my YouTube channel, feel free to leave comments on YouTube because I do jump in. Ethiopian coffee, good reason to jump in. I got a couple of comments coming up. Great, good to see that you guys are getting active. And hello to everyone that's saying hi to us. So yes, feel free to leave comments on YouTube if you would like to. I will always respond. We can get answers to your questions and stuff like that. So that said, John's starting to pour our coffee, so we could get started. Now, a couple cool facts about Ethiopia as we get going. This is one of those coffees that tastes significantly different depending on the brew method that you use. Next time I'm here at Harvard Yard, we're actually going to get to be behind the line doing some of the different brewing methods. You're going to get to see a reserved slow pour over. You're going to get to see what the siphon looks like. Each one of these different methods brings something different out in the coffee. And Ethiopia is one of those really unique coffees that depending on how you brew it, it tastes a lot different. We're having it on a French press today. We're going to notice some spicier notes than we would have picked up off of, say, the clover machine or off of the pour over. The pour over would have highlighted some more of the acidity, but I'm really excited to have it on the French press. I'm glad that John chose that. So John, why don't we start with the first step of the coffee taste?
So let's get some of that aroma, Adam.
Absolutely. Man. What are you picking up from it?
I'm getting a bit of that lemon, almost like lemon and chocolate.
Yeah. I was going to say, when I had Jose Castro on the show, he said that chocolate is the predominant scent that he picks up. Nuts is a predominant scent that I pick up in coffees. However, with the Ethiopia, I'm with Jose that chocolate is the predominant scent that I will pull.
I think especially out of the French press, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the oils remain in the coffee in the French press. You get a lot of essence of that coffee, and the chocolatey scent I'm getting. And now that you mentioned the lemon, I do pick up some of that.
I think
citrus.
Of a fine dark chocolate where you get a bit of fruit with a real nice dark chocolate.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a big slurp going.
Yeah, we'll take a slurp. Wow. So one of the comments that we just got is that it's like wine. That's a really, really great call. A lot of African coffees do have that winey type of profile. Ethiopia is a good call for that. I will say when I have Ethiopia off the Clover machine, I get more of that wine essence of it because it's such a clean cup off of the Clover. Out of the French press, I get some of those brown spices that you pick
Yeah,
up.
it's kind of funny. I think when you smell the chocolate and then you get the spice, I didn't smell the spice at all.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that when I smell one thing and taste another. That really gets me to dig the coffee and kind of explore that coffee in different ways. And like you mentioned earlier, we're lucky enough here to have, we can do it as an espresso, we can do it as a clover, we can do it as a pour over, we can do it as a siphon, and they all do something so different to the coffee.
So John, now that we've taken that slurp, what's located on our tongues? Where are you picking this up?
I'm getting it in the middle of my tongue, Adam.
Yeah.
Right in the middle back there.
I get it mostly in the middle. I pick up a little bit on the sides. Now, one thing that we could share, if you have your coffee fact sheet accessible, and everybody that does have access to the Partner Hub now can get the coffee fact sheets on all our 4 coffees. The coffee fact sheet will describe this as a high acidity coffee. This is the darkest roasted coffee we have that still retains a high acidity. The more you know, right? However, out of the French press, some of that acidity is muted a bit because I pick up more of the spice and chocolate, and it actually keeps a pretty good body.
Yeah, it's got a great body.
So now, step 4, we're going to describe. We've already started a little bit. I'm glad someone jumped in saying that it has that wine-like flavor, because that is one of the really good descriptors that we could come up with. And
wine is great. You know what else I get, Adam? I get lemon pepper.
I could see that.
And that always blows me away because when I think of African coffees, Kenya's always the first one I think of, and how drastically different these 2 coffees are. And that's also a lot of fun for me.
Right. Part of the fun of doing coffee tastings is getting to try some different things, right? So we don't tend to do flavor pairings on this show simply because of time restraints, and specifically because we want to highlight the coffee and not just the flavor. Dark chocolate with lemon and black pepper. That is a great comment for a flavor pairing. I would love to try that.
It's going to get scooped
Someone
up.
said try some Walgreens dark chocolate with lemon and black pepper. I also think a really creative idea would be a savory pairing to go with some meat. If you were to kind of marinate some chicken with a citrus glaze, that would go really well with this. Try some random things. I had a partner try sausage breakfast sandwich with a reserve coffee that we never thought was going to work, and it was incredible. Wow. So that's just a reminder to partners. Just keep trying, keep exploring, and you'll find some really cool things. John, I'm really glad you chose this coffee. I haven't had Ethiopia in kind of a long time. For those of you that work at reserve stores, we have several right now.
There's so many coffees to choose from.
Yep. Now, I know here, one of the cool things about Harvard Yard now, being a reserve bar, is that the espresso on the 2nd floor of Harvard Yard is all reserve espresso. Until recently, you were using what, Rose?
Ethiopia Guji.
Yep, Ethiopia Guji from Belita Bukisa was the espresso up here on the 2nd floor. We also now have released Ethiopia Yirgacheffe Chelba last Tuesday, so if you haven't had a chance to try that, definitely try that. That one's phenomenal. But really, with all the great Ethiopia Reserve offerings that we have, sometimes the core gets lost. And we shouldn't lose those core coffees as we're tasting reserves, because this is a really, really great coffee. And as John mentioned right off the bat, Ethiopia is the birthplace of coffee, and those legends that we see in the Coffee Master Journal about Kaldi and his dancing goats, those are the stories that stick with us. And this is the type of coffee that reminds us why we're doing what we're doing.
Absolutely.
And it's just so phenomenal. So now, in the few minutes that we have remaining, John, I kind of want to talk about some of the really cool things that you guys are doing up here, because I have heard some really, really great stories about what's going on up here at the 2nd floor of Harvard Yard. So kind of introduce our viewers today to what we're doing for partners up here.
Awesome. So, hey, partners. Adam mentioned a couple things. So some of the stuff we do up here, what don't we do, Adam? We have partner nights. We have partner nights where you can show up as long as you send us an email, an RSVP, and we'll actually doing an immersion with you guys. Bring it through the bar, bring it through the Black Eagle espresso machine. Maybe it's a siphon you want to try out. We'll bring you through the actual experience of working up here at the Reserve Bar. As you can see, Adam, our partners upstairs have an elevated, hipster dress code, so it's a little bit different. It's a lot of fun. It's very unique. When you come in the store downstairs, you see black on black dress code, and when you come upstairs, you see this really cool, funky, fun look. We also have live entertainment, so we do a lot of music each week. So we have a calendar that we post for our customers, and for you partners, we have a partner spotlight. So we actually have partners that play every week.
Wow.
So it's a lot of fun. And then we have latte art throwdown. So you've come in, right, and you've done the immersion behind the line. You're then trained to be able to make some latte art and challenge the people that work here and challenge your peers to making the most impressive latte art you can possibly.
And that's a key that they just shared with me when I first walked in is once you do the partner night here and you get the training on the Black Eagle espresso machine and you get more comfortable with the equipment up here, then you're eligible to be a part of the latte art throwdown. You got to do the partner night first, or else you're not really going to know how to use the equipment that you're using, and you're going to have a bad time.
To say the least.
So really, I haven't had a chance to do the partner night yet. I just recently had a baby, so I've been a little bit busy. However, I can't wait to get up here for the partner night. Tell us about this Black Eagle machine, because you mentioned the name Black Eagle. Most of us are used to Mastrenas in our stores. So, John, what's the difference?
The Black Eagle, what we have downstairs with the Mastrena is an automatic espresso machine. The Black Eagle is a semi-automatic machine, so you have a little bit more variables going into it. The grind doesn't go directly into the machine. You've got removable portafilters. You have to tamp your espresso. So there's a lot more of actual method and craft that goes into it.
Okay.
And you got some great pressure that comes off of there for your milk, which is really what creates that beautiful latte art. And the espresso that we use is you can't touch it. It's amazing. It's very honey-like, very syrupy, very viscous. Beautiful, beautiful flavor notes in that espresso.
Right. Now, I know a lot of you joined me a few weeks ago when we were teaching beginners latte art with my co-host for the day, Adam Monzel. And one of the things that we talked about was some of the limitations that we face at Starbucks with the equipment that we use. Those limitations are removed up here at Harvard Yard. You get, it really feels like an independent coffee shop feel. You got that fourth wave coffee kind of feel up here, which is just, it's really cool. And like I said, this is my first time up here since the remodel. And I'm really excited to be up here, and I'm really excited to kind of see the experience that they're having up here. We've got partners wearing ties. We've got partners wearing cool jeans and button-down shirts, and everybody in a black apron up here. You can see that the tasting cups themselves look different with the R on them. It's bright right behind us, so you can't see fully what's on the side of the cup. There's just the equipment up here is wonderful. The store is so clean. The atmosphere is amazing. We've got a couple minutes. What I kind of want to do is take my phone off the selfie stick and kind of show like a 360 of what it's going up here. Someone commented in that they would totally recommend coming up here and learning about coffee. That's great. The name of the business for the person asking is, we're actually at Starbucks, but we are at a reserve bar, which most of our stores are not reserve bars. Today we're at Harvard Yard in Cambridge at a reserve bar, so a little bit different experience than you would see in our normal stores. What I want to do now, I want to grab my phone right off the selfie stick, kind of flip it around up here. You can see just how big this store is and see what the back of the line looks like compared to a regular store.
And this is only the top floor.
Yeah,
we are on two floors.
Now what I can share is I will be back here. I was hoping maybe we could do it next week. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll check my schedule. I'll shoot it out to you, and we'll figure it out from there.
You will find out on my Twitter account whether I can get back here next week. Regardless, when I am back here, we will get a full tour of the back of line. You'll get to see the siphon done. You'll get to see what the Black Eagle looks like in action. But for now, we're going to kind of stay on the customer side so we don't disrupt the business, because we didn't exactly plan for that, okay? So I kind of just want to show you guys what's going on here. So bear with me while I take this off. Now, take a look at how big this store is, how many people are up here. They are doing some wonderful business here. Now, the pastry case here, how appetizing does that look? What a wonderful display that they have going on up here with the popcorns, almond roca popcorn, cascade mix, wonderful. Great chalkboard art behind the line. Warming oven upstairs and warming oven downstairs. And then you could see the Black Eagle machine. District Manager Damien Waugh, hello my friends. They have specific grinders designed for the portafilters that go with the Black Eagle machine. Clover machine and clover grinder. Pour over equipment is an elevated pour over equipment. And this is the coup de grace, right on the side here. The siphon. The siphon is made with halogen lipo. Very, very cool. And you can actually come up here and order, according to my friend Ray, you can kind of walk through different brewing methods. Flip flip the camera back around us, you can go through some different brewing methods up here and taste the same coffee on every different method and find out what works for you. There are some really, really cool things that you could try up here. John, I just want to say thank you so much for having me here and walking me through this. This has been a great experience. And for all the partners that joined today, I really hope that you reach out to John and the store team here to get to be a part of this. The Twitter account for the store is at SBucksYard, S-B-U-X, Yard. And you can reach out to me, as always, on Twitter, at SombreDeAdam. You can check out the replay of this video and all my previous episodes at youtube.com/Heat1724. Again, yes, I created that account when I was in high school. Don't judge me. So for the team here at Harvard Yard for being so accommodated, for my co-host, John McCusker, I just want to say thank you to all of you for viewing. And have a great Tuesday, everyone.
Thank you so much, Adam. Bye, partner.